Well, this isn't great news, is it? This is not the news I personally wanted to hear, not the news I expected, to be honest. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. What's going on? America, we need to know what the hell is happening because EV sales in Europe, skyrocketing. EV sales in China, skyrocketing. EV sales around the world, everywhere except for the United States and Canada, skyrocketing. What on earth are these numbers about? America's EV boom has suddenly taken its first hit after 14 months of slow growth. Even with a 16% drop in registrations, Tesla continues to hold the top spot in America's EV market. However, in April, 97,833 new EVs were registered, capturing 6.6% of the market. More than 1 million were registered in China, just so you guys have some context. Analysts believe Trump's anti-EV stance is pushing consumers towards gasoline vehicles, sort of like a viral effect coming from the top down. The leader, the great leader says this, so therefore we'll do that. And it's possible. I don't know. What do you guys think? Most brands, including Tesla, Ford, Hyundai, and Kia, reported EV sales declines in April. EVs have generally been gaining popularity across the United States over the past couple of years, says CarScoops, and it's true. April, though, wasn't a great month. New EV registrations fell by 4.4%, marking the first dip after 14 consecutive months of growth. The slide was led by declines from several automakers, including Tesla, Ford, and Hyundai, which is crazy because, honestly, those EV incentives, $7,500, that could end soon. The current number of amazingly good electric cars you guys have right now in America is huge. And the discounts on some of them, you're looking at up to $30,000 discounts. Many EVs have just been discounted so heavily. Look at the new Jeep EV, the Grand Cherokee. That thing is amazingly good. 100 kilowatt hour battery, you can get it for $35,000 after EV incentives. I don't really understand what's going on here. According to data from S&P Global Mobility, which excludes gasoline, electric, hybrid models, a total of 97,833 new EVs were registered in the US in April. That means EVs accounted for 6.6% of total registrations, falling from the 7.4% share they had in April 2024. So what factors are affecting these numbers? Well, first of all, overall light vehicle sales actually grew by 7.2% to 1.5 million in April. Speaking to Auto News, S&P Global Mobility analyst Tom Libby said that beyond the usual range anxiety and charging concerns, consumers are seeing media reports that government support for EVs is on the chopping block and automaker investments in the tech are being cancelled or slowing. That is undermining confidence in a product that doesn't yet have significant organic demand. So clearly, consumers are being affected by the rhetoric coming from the US government. The increases in the prior months have been relatively low, so I think there is an ongoing trend of weakening in the EV market, Libby told Auto News. We'll have to watch where it goes, but there's a lot of influencers working against EVs right now. Key phrase, there's a lot of influencers working against EVs right now. Toyota, with their nonsensical claims over the last few weeks, if you don't know what those are, then, crazy, right? Then you've got big oil, obviously lobbying against EVs. You've got numerous different media organizations. You've got the Trump administration. There's a lot going on right now, unfortunately. Tesla remains the largest seller of EVs in the US. In April, 39,913 new Teslas were registered across the country, representing a 16% decline from April of 2024. In second place was Chevrolet, with a total of 9,160. As you can see, Tesla sold more than 4 times as many EVs as Chevrolet. It bucked the trend, though, with an enormous 215% spike in sales, increasing its share of the EV market to 9.4%. As they should. They've got some good cars that are, I think, are the right price. Primarily, though, that was thanks to the Equinox EV, which represented more than half of Chevy's sales with 5,424, trailing only the Tesla Model 3 and the Model Y. So the first best-selling EV in the US, Tesla Model 3, second Model Y, Tesla Model Y, second Tesla Model 3, and third Chevy Equinox EV. Ford had 5,534 registrations. So as a brand, it was third in the US. Down 33% though from April 2024. BMW edged out Hyundai for fourth place, logging 4,812 registrations, an 8.7% increase. Kudos to BMW. Hyundai fell to fifth after a pretty surprising 25% drop, totaling 4,800 units. A number of other brands also saw declines, including Rivian down 30%, Mercedes-Benz, unsurprisingly, down 19%, and Kia down a staggering 68%. Cadillac and Honda, though, posted massive gains. 104% increase for Cadillac and 2,360% increase for Honda. Volvo jumped 263%. Now, here are the winners and losers for sales of EVs in the US in the month of April. Porsche, massive increase for Porsche. Somehow, I don't know how, but good news for Porsche, 157% increase to 1,146. Jeep didn't even register, all right, in April of last year. They didn't have any EVs then. They do now. They sold 1,261. Subaru down 29%. Volkswagen down 46%. VinFast down 54%. Jaguar down 85%. And Bright dropped down 46%. Those were some of the more disappointing numbers in this list. But I'd say Toyota, considering they were not that long ago the largest seller of cars in America, their fall of a minus 77% was a pretty staggeringly bad result. Let me know your thoughts. Will the US car market, EV market, bounce back? Or will Americans sort of be left behind? Let's be honest. Shanghai, 70% of the cars there are electric now, right? China is over 50% month after month after month. Europe now is way higher than America's numbers. They're getting closer to about 20% across the entire block for purely EVs, just over 20% in fact. Then, you've got countries where EV sales are hitting over 50, 60, 70%. Is America falling behind on a global stage? I kind of think it might be. Let me know what you think in the comments. Bye-bye. This is the wildest, craziest, most luxurious electric car I've ever seen. And it's made by a company in New York that I never heard of until very recently. I've got to say, I think this thing is absolutely bonkers, and therefore I love it.